Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings at this time, 8 o'clock Central, to talk about strategy, success stories, tactics, provide resources to support each of you. We understand that you may be a regional vice president, whereby you're out building a team of white label partners, and or you might be a white label partner, someone that is actually working with developing the small business clients. Regardless, what we're going to talk about today is kind of a fun and I think thought-provoking topic. We used to have our white label partners fly in or drive in, bring a train in, however, and we did in-person trainings before the pandemic. We bought a long whiteboard that we mounted in our conference room. I forget if it was 15 feet long, but it may be longer. It was long. But right after we came back from lunch, this is our first topic when we did the in-person class, we talked about the entrepreneurial ecosystem. So that's what we're going to have as an interactive discussion today. So the purpose of this is to have a thought-provoking discussion to identify other parties in this ecosystem that should and could be a referral partner of yours. So these are non-competing players in the marketplace who are also looking to attract and assist small businesses in their operation. So I'm going to give you the first one to get your juices flowing. And then after that, we're going to ask you to contribute. So you're in the middle, and we're going to edit this as we go. And there's many more than four. We'll have more than four. But we have you in the center. You're the white label partner. What is it that a white label partner does? Well, we do three things, right? We help small businesses increase financial literacy. We help them build lender compliant loan packages, and we help them become credible enough to get qualified for funding. That's a given. We know that. So who are some other professionals that interface with small businesses? And those professionals might be able to refer to the white label partner, but also you might be able to refer to them. So I'm going to give you the first one. And we'll do it because Terrence is on the line. And so, if I could type properly, hit the cap lock, didn't I? CPAs. So what does that mean? So CPA, certified public accountants, are those professionals that are instrumental in helping small business owners prepare tax returns and sometimes prepare financials and other related activities. So CPAs have, typically, they have small business clients now that if they knew that you could help their clients access capital with no upfront cost and a guaranteed capital raise, they might refer to you. And conversely, you might be able to refer some of your clients to them if your clients don't currently have an accountant that they're working with. So what I'm going to do is ask each of you to put into the Q&A, and some of you started, thank you, Quincy and Jeanette, ask others of you to put in ideas of other players in the entrepreneurial ecosystem that we should be considering reaching out to make sure they know what we do, what you do as a white label partner, and then also you might be able to refer to them. Okay, so what's the next? So the next one we have are bookkeepers. And while there's overlap between CPAs and bookkeepers, I would agree that bookkeepers are a different group. Sometimes they are standalone, and they could very well be a referral source to you and you to them. Let's pause for a second. Let's say that you went out and became a mortgage loan officer, MLO. You were excited about the real estate industry, and this is a little bit of a tough time to be talking about real estate, but with high interest rates and decrease in transactions. But let's ignore that for a moment. If you're a mortgage loan officer, would you want to be marketing yourself to real estate agents? Because sometimes people go to the real estate agent before they go secure financing. Well, of course. So that's the concept. So what would be another? Well, we have Mr. Barchi said business coaches. That's correct. Now, business coaches often have clients that could benefit from capital, but even more so, business coaches often are trying to find a way to fund their clients' ability to pay for more coaching services. So you almost can become a financing instrument for those business coaches by taking clients through access to capital. So that is a very good one. Let's see, the next we have that Rosa put in would be lawyers. And that's right. I would argue that every small business owner should have an attorney, someone that can review contracts and help draft contracts and help resolve disputes. So attorneys and lawyers, that's an excellent one. We're going to have to make some more room here, so we'll add another. Insurance agents, and we've been talking a lot about working with insurance agents, having them on your team. If you're RVP, having white label partners that are insurance agents, it could be life and health or property and casualty. That is excellent. Okay, we have another proposed, and I really like this one, website developers. Again, I think they fit nicely in, comparable with business coaches. Website developers often have small business prospects, but that have a lack of working capital to get the big grandiose, the platinum version of the website. So those website developers could refer to you. You could take the client through the access to capital, help them raise a minimum of a guaranteed $100,000 that gets you paid. You could have whatever referral relationship you want with the website developer, but now the client has more money to invest in their website. So it's a very bilateral relationship that can benefit both parties. Let's see. Frankie mentioned digital marketing agencies, and I'm with you there. We'll group those in, Frankie, with website developers. Warren mentions marketing experts, and that's correct. We'll go ahead and just, for simplicity, because this diagram is not going to be suitable to put 100 different subcircles on, but marketing experts could be another. Other tax preparers that are not CPAs, that's true. So there's almost a breakdown of CPA/accountants, bookkeepers, and then certainly there could be tax preparers. And I think that one's important enough. We'll go ahead and add. Great, thank you for that. That was Frankie, I believe, that said that. Real estate investors. Well, I don't disagree. So let's put them over to the side. So let's do an insert. I don't want to insert, I just want to add text. We'll create a text box. So there's certainly others that aren't a traditional part of the ecosystem, but could certainly be a good referral partner. Terrence mentioned auto mechanics. I'd never really thought about that, but there could be, I guess, an infinite list. Rosa mentioned preachers. So I think some of these are good. They're not necessarily in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, but they can be referral partners. My focus was to think about here kind of integrally, who are the players that most small business owners are likely working with already. And Susan mentioned bankers, and that's absolutely true. You can get referrals from banks when the bank can't get them approved. Frankie says tax preparers has been her main source. Warren mentions merchant card processors. So these are the folks that are out trying to sign people up to run their MasterCards, Visas, and that through them. So we don't have to create an ever-exhausting list, but hopefully what this does is it gets you considering if you're an RVP and you're trying to develop white label partners, these are some really good prospects to reach out to, because likely they are already marketing to small businesses. Many of them already have small business clients, and many small businesses are wanting and looking for additional capital. So if you're an RVP, these are great white label partner prospects. Conversely, if you're a white label partner, these are great referral partners. I don't know if any of you have ever gone to a BNI, Business Networking International meeting. There's some competitors to BNI. I was a member when I worked for State Farm Bank many years ago, and it was before the pandemic. But these networking groups that are structured, that are formal, are incredibly effective. And so if I were to be asked, what's one thing I could do, Tom, to generate referrals quickly, it frankly would be to join a networking group like BNI, and you can look up BNI. Now, BNI has evolved a bit, where it used to be you'd be able to go on their website, look up the local chapter or chapters, see who the members are. And in many cases, they would have members that largely represents a lot of what we're talking about here, business to business professionals. Now, I think they've made it a little bit more protective, where you can't see who their members are, but you can attend a BNI meeting. And I assume they're back to meeting face-to-face. They went all online for a while because of the pandemic, but you can attend a BNI meeting, or at least you used to be able to, twice without joining. And if you decided to join, then you would have exclusivity for what they call your chair. So in other words, there would only be one CPA in BNI. So you have all these people that are meeting, that are sharing referrals, but there wouldn't be any competition. There would only be one merchant card processor, only one website developer, and so forth. So if you wanted to stimulate your referrals through an organized method, joining a networking group like BNI would be very effective. Now, with BNI, it's about exchanging business cards. So you need to look professional, right? You need to have your business set up. You need to have business cards printed. And so that way you look competent. You don't want to go in looking like a novice. All right, so back to our point today. What is our point? We want to create awareness that there are other participants in the entrepreneurial ecosystem that have small business clients, that are probably looking for more small business clients, and some of their small business clients probably have a need for capital. But if they don't know who you are, they don't know what you do, then you're not probably going to get referrals from them. So what I would do is, if I were you, and let's go over and create recommended action steps. So let's go back to insert, and we'll create a text box here. Recommendations. So what are the recommendations that we would ask you to consider? Let's move it over a little bit. Well, number one, you really need a landing page up, because the landing page, it's a website. It's meant to be a simple website, but it's somewhere where prospects and prospective referral partners can go to understand easily who you are and what you do. So I would get a landing page. If you don't have a landing page, Scott Stroud can develop one for you. He is our Chief Marketing Officer, and just email us and I can connect you with Scott if you've not done so, or you can develop your own. I don't care. But first I'd have a landing page, because if you don't have at least some sort of web presence, it's difficult to be able to have credibility and point people in some direction. Your landing page could be designed to recruit white label partners if you're an RVP, or if you're a white label partner, it could be to essentially allow clients to come aboard and enter into the terms and conditions. So I would start with that. Whether you want to develop and have Scott develop, I don't care, but having that presence, that web-based presence, is going to make you much more credible. Second is I would establish your branding. So as a white label partner, you're going out to the marketplace as you. And so you could go as an individual or as a business. And if you're a business, of course, then you have basic branding. What is your business phone number? What is your business email? Looking more sophisticated than using a Gmail or a Yahoo will help. And so then we need to create awareness. So these other participants in the entrepreneurial ecosystem need to know who you are and what you do. So let's break that down. What is it that summarizes who you are and what you do? Well, with no upfront cost, we help clients with a guaranteed $100,000 plus. So there's no risk. And then I think that you need to clarify what your referral program is. So in other words, what's going to motivate this CPA, this bookkeeper, this business coach, this attorney, this insurance agent, this website developer, et cetera, to refer to you? The fact that you can help their clients is good, but if you also have an established referral program. We talked recently on one of our trainings about creating an affiliate program yourself. So you have your own affiliates and you have a structure. And again, that's something that Scott can help you with, or you can do on your own. But the bottom line is, if these different players in the entrepreneurial ecosystem know who you are, what you do, and they have an economic incentive to refer to you, many of them will. Because I promise you, there are merchant card processing reps, and Warren can testify this, that are out there that are looking to make more money. And they're already marketing to small businesses. So now they can refer to you if that small business has a need. Insurance agents can be great referral sources because they are often targeting small businesses, and many of those small businesses need capital, and that extra capital could allow them to buy bigger insurance policies. Same with website developers. Again, if their clients are better funded, have more liquidity, more working capital, they could buy bigger and better websites. So with that being said, let me ask what questions any of you have about this concept. If you start with getting a landing page developed, Scott, or you can develop it on your own, but have a presence, then make sure that you have your branding set up. So make sure that you look professional, and then go out and create awareness. And the pitch is very attractive. We help small businesses access capital. It's almost a free program. There's no upfront cost. There's a guaranteed capital raise. There's no risk to the client. And oh, by the way, we've got a great referral program. You start reaching out to these folks with that type of proposition, and you're going to see the referrals start to come in. But always the best way to get referrals is to give referrals. And that's the concept of the BNIs of the world, is that you would refer people to the CPA would refer to you. You'd refer people to the small business attorneys, they would refer to you. You'd refer to the insurance agents, they would refer to you. Now, some of you, like Bruce, who's on the line, Bruce, thank you for those 3 new referrals yesterday. We'll get those processed this morning. But in Bruce's case, he is building his own infrastructure So he's adding a lot of these circles underneath his own umbrella. He's bringing them in-house. So he helps clients get merchant card accounts in-house. He's helping them write their key person policies in-house. So that is, and I don't know if he started doing coaching, but I know he's considered that. So that's another approach. If you wanted to have more of a conglomerate that you're running, you could bring more and more of these services. There's nothing that prevents you from doing the taxes for your clients. There's nothing that prevents you or people that you have underneath your umbrella to develop websites for your clients. So as you think about the entrepreneurial ecosystem, it could be the referral partners that you have in your community or nationally, but also it certainly could be other revenue streams that you could build in. Who has any questions, comments, concerns on today's topic? Anything that I can help you with so you can hopefully go execute off of this topic? Again, this is not an all-inclusive list, and we do realize that there's lots of other types of referral partners, but our focus here was not so much general referral partners as those that are in what we call business-to-business space. So if they know who you are, what you do, how you help people, then, and you economically incentivize them, they could refer to you. But if they don't know who you are and you don't economically incentivize them, then it's less likely that they're going to refer to you. Questions, comments, concerns on the topic of the day, the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Was this helpful? Give me a little feedback. Alfred, Andrea, Ayana, Bernard, Bruce, Doug, Frankie, Jeanette, Jeffrey, Linda, Polly, Pauline, Quincy, Rosa, Terrence, Warren, and others. Was this helpful? Because again, if you have adequate referral flow, which many of you do, many of you are doing quite well this month. October is a very, very profitable month. If that's the case, hey, it's not broken. Why bother changing it? But in other cases, some of you are a little bit struggling with the leads. And this is another way to generate leads, is to interface with these folks. But what you have to keep in mind, if that's your approach, you do need to have some branding. You do need to look competent. And so I would be hesitant to do general outreach to these professionals if you didn't have your web presence established. And your web presence typically would be in the form of a landing page. So it's very practical. It could just be one page. Now, if you're an RVP, you always have to go into this with the mindset of what are you trying to have happen? So let's change this for a second. If you're an RVP, regional vice president, doesn't cost anything to be one, you're out recruiting white label partners, then your landing page would be different. Your landing page would be a white label partner landing page. In other words, it's an RVP that you are, but what you're trying to do is recruit people to be a white label partner. And then these are great prospects. They already have clients. I mean, often our top producing partners, look at some of you that are on here today. A lot of you that are our top producing partners already had business relationships, right? That makes sense. So if what you're trying to do is build your white label partner pool, then you would most likely want a white label partner landing page. In contrast, let's say that you're wearing the hat of the white label partner, you're actually looking for the clients. Now we're just running probably an access to capital landing page, which is designed for prospective small businesses. If you're developing an affiliate program, you might have a different landing page or make some reference to your affiliate program on your general page. So there's no exact way to do this, no right way or wrong way, but we certainly need to have a plan. And I can tell you, I can think about one of the recent website developers that I talked to, and he just so often has early stage entrepreneurs coming to him that can't afford really what they want, need, and what he'd like to provide. Well, wow, what an opportunity to educate website developers about the Access to Capital program, give them an economic incentive to refer to you, but ultimately they're not just getting the referral fee. Now they have clients or prospective clients that can afford bigger websites, bigger insurance policies, bigger coaching packages. They have more taxes to prepare. It's more complicated. So in general, the more money that flows through a small business, typically, not in all cases, but in many cases, these referral partners prosper themselves by being able to generate more cash flow off of those clients because the needs are greater and their ability to pay is greater. All right. And so I think that is our conclusion for today, as well as Warren mentioned. The BNI is a great way to look at. You can go to bni.com. And if you wanted to learn more about BNI, I'm no longer a member of BNI. I think highly of it. There's some other groups, but those networking groups can be very, very effective because you'll be the exclusive member of whatever category. However, before you go to a networking group, I would definitely have your landing page set up and branding, which would include having a business card, because a lot of these networking groups meet face to face, and it's powerful. I mean, if you didn't walk away, and I don't want to exaggerate, but with 3 to 5 new clients a week by becoming a BNI member, I'd be surprised. So it's pretty much a plug and play, but you just can't stroll in there looking like a novice. So not everyone's ready to go join BNI. With BNI, they have multiple chapters or groups all across the country. And there's really some great ways to leverage that. We might spend some time developing a breakout group of you that want to use BNI, because I've seen some remarkably successful tactics to approach. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Hopefully this information was helpful. And I would encourage you, make sure you have a landing page set up. Either have Scott on our team or develop it yourself. Doesn't matter. Look credible when you're going out to the marketplace. Going out with a Gmail, a Yahoo, American Online, a Hotmail does not invoke confidence. It does not look credible. You probably would want to go with GoDaddy or whatever hosting company, get a URL that's branded to you, and then have an email that's branded to you. So for instance, we have a URL called Business Paralegal Corp. So that's the URL. And then the email account that's attached to it is branded to it. So you'd want the same thing. So this would be whatever your company branding is. And then this could either be your name or a department or support, info, whatever you would like. But when you go out to the marketplace with Hotmail, Gmail, what have you, it doesn't invoke confidence. It makes you look like a novice. These people are counting on you to help facilitate getting lots and lots of money. I don't know that they're going to want to come work with a novice. So that's what we're talking about with branding. All right. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.